Lori here. So this is gonna be my ALA wrap up thoughts, my mini vlog, and the end of my book haul because I wound up sending a lot of books to myself, so they weren't all in my first couple of hauls that you guys saw. So this video is probably gonna be a little bit longer because I have a vlog for you guys, my thoughts, and then the end of my haul. But I just wanted to preface that by jumping into the vlog. I didn't get a lot of footage, but I did get a little bit of footage. So I hope you guys like that, and you guys will see me when I guys talk about the convention. Bye, guys. Hi guys, Lori here. I have finally got a new camera so I can actually vlog for you guys. Me and my friends were heading to ALA for the weekend. I'm really excited about it. I lost my old camera the last time I went to BookCon, so I'm really excited that I actually got a new camera so I can share this journey with you. I've never been to ALA before, but I'm really excited for it. Hopefully I'll be able to take some stock photos for you guys and some stock filming so you guys can see what a bookish convention is like. But I'll talk to you guys later for another update. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I finally got to ALA midwinter. Here is the brand. Say hi, Justin. Hello. Say hi, Rachel. Hi. So we're waiting. We have our badges, which is really exciting. Baby Yoda protector. We are the Baby Yoda protectors, which is really exciting. So I'll probably eventually show you guys the convention floor at some point this weekend. But I'm really excited to see all the books that we're gonna get. There's a bunch of signs that say they have some really awesome books that I have my eye on. But I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey guys, Lori here. It is Saturday morning. This is the first official day of midwinter. I was able to attend last night, so I got a bunch of stuff, and I actually got more stuff than I thought I was gonna get this early. So while I have a couple of minutes, I'm gonna take you guys on a tour of the convention center so you guys can take a look around. But these are all the booths. I'm gonna have a massive haul for you guys later in early February, but for the moment, this is Penguin. They're having a big signing for Wink later in the day. This is Little Brown. Publishers Weekly's over there. There's Macmillan. Ruthless Gods. Tour 4. That is Bloomsbury. That's Charles Bidge, which is the smaller publisher. That's Abrams, which I got some exciting books from yesterday. That is Candlewick Press. This is a picture book publisher.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I want to show you guys Disney too, because they have a nice setup. This is Source. Sorry, I'm just trying to take you guys to all the places that I've been at. This is Source. Jinxed. And, hold on one second. And that is the end of the tour for now. I am going to try to take some more clips later on in the day, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, Laura here. I'm here to go to my last day of ALA, which has been such an exciting experience. I don't even know what books I got. Like, it has been so crazy, so insane. I'm heading back to ALA today. Today is also the day that I have to drag my butt home, which means I have a lot of stuff to bring home, so which will be chaotic. I'm going in hoping to not get a lot, but according to all my friends, that's just not gonna happen. So we will see. My friends have one book that they're all gunning for that I already have. I have one book that I would really like, but I don't even know if the publishers still have it, so that's going to be on my plan of attack. But I will try to update you guys throughout the convention today because I'm not really going to be running around like a crazy person with my head cut off, but we will see. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I just want to do another quick tour of the convention center. We got so much stuff today. So much stuff for you guys, hopefully, that I can do in giveaways over the next year. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick view of the convention center. We actually might head home a little bit early today, just because tomorrow is going to be a crazy day that I actually have to go back to my house. With the amount of stuff that I got, I don't know how that's going to be doable, so. But I wanted to give you guys a quick peek of the convention center if you've never had the luxury or the ability to attend a con. This is generally what the floor looks like. There are booths everywhere. These are like the more professional booths that exist that have to do with like a lot of like networking and discussion and that stuff. But as you get closer into the floor, you'll see that there's a lot of publisher booths that have signings. This is the Barnes & Noble booth, which they always have. There are books for the eye could see. It's crowded. It's not as crowded as a BEA or a Comic-Con might be, but it is crowded. All the big publishers are here, which is lovely. Over there is Simon & Schuster. Over here is Harper. Harper has a nice big booth because they have like 1,000 imprints and 1,000 like elements, which I think is kind of cool. So, and these people are so nice. So, if you ever have a chance, I would definitely recommend popping by. This is the Harlequin Teen YA booth. This is the Blink booth. This is the HarperCollins Christian Publishing. This is the Children's Publishing. This is the Children's Publishing, which has a lot of new books that are up and coming. And sometimes there is just stacks of books that are free to take, which makes reading and book lovers so excited. This is Disney. This is their feature on the Rick Riordan imprint or Rick Riordan Presents. These are a couple of other books that they're giving away. And then Harper's a big booth. Penguin's also another one. This is the back of Disney. This is another part of like the publishing side of things. Like, you know, if you work at a librarian, there's a lot of technologies that are very important. My friend Tiffany, who I got to see here this year, I went to college with her. She is a librarian. So they do have a lot of exciting things at these cons. They're super exciting, but they also can be super overwhelming if you don't prepare yourself. But I just want to tour a little bit more for you guys. I haven't vlogged in a while because I lost my camera. Actually, I got a book con last year, so it's been a while since I've been able to vlog. I always neglect to vlog because I always forget about it. But I wanted to show you guys what a convention looks like, or what booths look like, and just what the experience is like. I'll say this, you can always find stuff at a con. You just can't. This is Little Brown. This is the Jimmy Patterson Presents. This is the Little Brown booth. So many awesome titles. This backdrop is really, really cool too. Kids Can Press is another book that I've read books from in the past. Sorry. Sorry, I got them on camera and I don't think that they were prepared. These are just other booths. This is HMH, which has quite a few books. I got quite a few from them there this year at least. This is another publisher, Workman. Chronicle Books is another one that I have worked with in the past through publishing reviews and stuff like that. Books by the Yard is another one I've worked with in the past. I'm just doing a vlog for my YouTube channel. Oh, this is another publisher.
You can take one if you want.
Oh, I know, thank you. Is this the first or the second?
The second.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was just trying to see what book that is. But this is another publisher. This is Bloomsbury, another one that I work with a lot.
Oh, you had me. Yeah. Lots of action adventure, there's a romance, twist, there's a...
Yeah, so that is basically what a con. Sorry, that was a little bit long and probably the filming wasn't as great as it should have been. But I just want to say that this will probably be the last clip for today. When I go home tonight, I might do another little clip like summing up my day. But I'll talk to you guys later for another clip. Bye guys. Hi guys! Well, that's a wrap on ALA 2019. Oh, 2020. Midwinter. Sorry, it's been a long 3 days, but so much fun. I will definitely be having some giveaways coming up in the next couple of months, and I'll definitely be posting my much longer book haul coming much later in February because I decided to send a bunch of books to my house. But the books that I have currently, I will do a quick call when I come home, probably tomorrow or the next day. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later for another video. Bye. Right here. So here's my thoughts part about this convention that I went to. This is ALA. They have two every year. So they have a midwinter one that normally takes place in January and a summertime one that takes place in June. It's normally like the week or so after, it's like the end of June. So it's like the week before school lets out, which I normally can never attend. I got super lucky this year because my friend Jen, who you guys have seen in my past video clips, she also runs Bella a Fairy Tale, her blog, and her Instagram. Her dog is very, very cute. She wound up living like 25 minutes away from the convention center. So me and my friends decided to do an impromptu weekend and go. And I'm going to preface this by saying I have gone to BEA, I have gone to BookCon, I have gone to New York City Comic Con, I have gone to a lot of other like smaller conventions. This convention was so much fun. Like easily such a fun convention that I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think the thing with this convention is that it's very much there is no schedule, which makes someone for like me who's a planner and scheduler like really, really uncomfortable because then I don't know what I can get. Also, there are books that are just put on the floor, but you really have to talk to publishers and ask for books, and that's something that I'm not always the best at. So that was a little bit hard sometimes, but I really loved it. I got so many books that like I never would have thought of being there, and I really loved talking to the publishers. I really loved, walking around. It was a less stressful convention than any other ones that I've been to because I wasn't waiting online or stressed out to get stuff. I just kind of like would ask. So that was really, really nice. That was like such a different experience, one that I'm not necessarily used to. The reason that I had to split my book haul up so many times is I got a lot of books, and I said this in my book hauls, but I also am a teacher. I do have a blog, I'm a reader, so I come at these conventions with a lot more books that I want to get than other people, so I do come out with a lot of books, and at the end of the day, these books either get donated or they go back to my school or the kids that I work with. So I do have a lot of a bigger of a focus point, but I loved it. I really, really loved it. I loved waiting in line. I loved seeing the publishers. I loved getting exposed to all these books that hopefully I get to read. It was just a really, really enjoyable experience. Sadly for me, this convention won't be in my neck of the woods for a couple of years, which I think is okay. I'm lucky enough to go to BEA every year. I'm lucky enough to go to New York City Comic Con every single year. So it's nice to have this convention as one that I go to every once in a while and not every single year because I just don't think I would have enough time to read all the books that I get. But it was such a fun experience, and I'm going to tag on the end of my haul. That's why this video is going to be a little bit longer because I did wound up sending a lot of books to myself because I was coming on a train, so I didn't have a lot of like means to get stuff home. So I just want to share those books with you as well, just so that you guys know what's coming out. And if I know anything about these books, I will definitely tell you, but I most likely don't. But if I'll read a blurb if there is one. So I'm going to end this clip, and when I come back, I'll do my haul of the rest of the books that I got from ALA Midwinter 2020. Specific order, these are just the ones that were in my boxes and the things that my friend sent me. So the first book I wanted picking up was Woman on the Edge by Samantha M. Bailey. This book does come out November 26, 2019, so it's actually already out. But this is about a girl. She, I think she lives in New York City. She's coming home from work, and this woman just winds up coming up to her, handing her a baby, and jumping in front of a train. Morgan has never seen this woman before, and the police start to get involved, and Morgan basically has to convince the police that she's not involved in this woman's unexpected demise. So that sounds really interesting. It's a very, very short read, too. It's like not even 300 pages. So this is a read I would probably read like when my show season gets a little bit chaotic, but it sounds interesting, and I do want to read more thrillers in 2020, so that'll be perfect. These are a couple of the graphic novels that I want to picking up. Owlie the Way Home by Andy Resson. This comes out February, and this is just a thing about a little owl, and it's not actually colored. I'm sure their actual edition will be colored, but it seems really, really cool, and this is from their Scholastic graphic lines. Also, Random House Graphic started a new imprint, and I read actually one of them, but these were the next two that I picked up, Witchlight and Aster and the Accidental Magic. This one comes out in March, and this one comes out in April. I know that they're magic-themed graphic novels. These are actually both in color, which my other one was not, but I'm definitely going to add these high to my TBR because they sound really, really nice or interesting, and I love these graphic styles because they're really, really cute, and I will easily pass these on to my kids when I'm done with them. I also picked up a not like a graphic novel, but a novel that has pictures, and it's called The Derby Daredevils. Kenzie kickstarts a team. And this is the first in a highly illustrated middle grade series that celebrates new friendships, first crushes, and getting out of your comfort zone. My friend does play roller derby, and I actually played for a little bit. I had skates and stuff. But this is another really, really quick read, and this comes out in March. This was what I'm probably going to wind up giving to the other company that I work with, but this is Pizza and Taco Who's the Best by Stephen Shackman. And it's just like a really, really easy novel to read. And I figured I will hand this to those people that I work with because they work with a lot younger kids. I also wound up picking from Viking, The City of Secrets by Victoria Yang. It says the finished book will be in full color, so this is a black and white. But this is about a shy orphan guarding a secret in an amazing puzzle box of building. He's befriended by Hannah, the spunky daughter of a building owner, and the possessive and menace band of rogues that unlock the secret. That sounds great. I love books about secrets, and I love books about orphans, so that sounds great. These were a couple of books that I didn't think I was going to wind up picking up, but I did. They are all sequels, and I haven't read book one in any of these, but I'm willing to give them a chance. This one is We Unleash the Merciless Storm by Tengo K. Mahey, and this is the sequel to We Set the Dark on Fire that I got last year at New York City Comic-Con, I think, but I've heard very good things about it. I also wound up picking up Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. I had a very hard time when I read the first book in this series, Wicked Saints. It was reading it during my show, and I would never wind up finishing it, but I am motivated to pick it back up to see if I enjoy it, so this book does come out in April. Another sequel that I got on picking up was Between Burning Worlds by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rindell. This is the sequel to Sky and the Stars, which is a Les Mis retelling. Again, this is a book that is a massive, but I do really want to dive in, and I still do have book one, so I will hopefully add it to my TBR to read shortly. Most of these are all contemporary books that I want to picking up, but I did want to picking up Kissing Lessons by Sophie Jordan. And I think this is about a girl who, I think she's having a really hard time, but she winds up paying someone to help her learn how to kiss, I think. I don't know much about it, but it looks cute. And I do like Sophie Jordan's book, and this one does come out in June, and it is from HMH, who may be a golden boy to the whole world, but has a few secrets of its own. The more Nolan meddles in Hayden's lessons with Amelia, the more those opposites clash, and the more sparks fly. Turns out Hayden and Nolan have few things to teach each other, but only if they're willing. Yeah, and I think that they live in like a Texas town, and her sister had a really, really bad time in this town, and I think it kind of impacts her own life. Another contemporary book that I did get with the feminist agenda of Gemina Kincaid. And this is another book that deals with like contemporary issues, and I think again, I don't know much about this book. I know that this book is already much out, but I like books that tackle harder topics, so this one seems interesting. This is another one that I want to picking up. And this is My Brain in Love. And this is told in a dual narrative. This is My Brain in Love is a stunning YA contemporary exploring mental health, race, and contemporary romance and self-acceptance. And I think this one has to do spells Josh and Will, and it has to do with her family's restaurant, but it also deals with a lot of harder topics like mental health, race, and self-acceptance. So this one does come out in April. So again, I don't know much about these books. But this one is The Year After You. There is a tragic accident after the party of the year. Kara survives, her best friend G does not, and it just kind of deals what Kara is dealing with in the aftermath. And she has some friends that kind of help her pull her out of her depression, but she is not sure she deserves a second chance. And this one does come out in March, so it will be out next week. This is another one that is from Harper Teen, and this is The Easy Part of Impossible by Sarah Tomb. This is a book about a story who is being stuck in a physically abusive relationship with her coach and finally tries to break free. Again, another much harder read, but I am excited to read it. This one is one that deals with the arts, and it's called Unscripted by Nicole Ronser. And this is a book about she really wants to be a comedy superstar, but she learns a spot. She gets a spot on her prestigious improv camp, but when practice starts, Ellie quickly learns that being the only girl in an all-male team comes with extra pressure. So that sounds interesting. This is one that I am incredibly excited about. If you know anything about me, I am the biggest fan of gymnastics. Love gymnastics. I love Make It and Break It back in the day. I am a hardcore gymnastics fan. I watch gymnastics every single competition. I love it. And this is a YA version of it. It's called Break the Fall. It's actually already out. But I'm really excited for this. I might actually save this for the summer and read it in prep for the Olympics, but really excited for any book that deal with gymnastics in a more realistic fashion. So this one I think is right up my alley. This is a contemporary, but this is not a contemporary book, but it's called Of Salt and Shore, and this is coming in fall 2020. What if Little Mermaid left a child who didn't belong in either world? This is where that fairy tale ends. And this is fairy tale equal part light and dark for fans of books of The Princess and the Goblin and Coraline. So that sounds really interesting, and this comes out September 15th. Another book that I had on my list was Hardwired by Leah Vallows. This is from Bloomsbury, and this is When AI Becomes Real Life. From acclaimed Morgan Files comes a grounded type about a boy who's more than human, perfect for fans of Westworld and Lifelike. And this is about a young boy who learns that he is an artificial intelligence, even though that is not what he's always believed. Everything he knew was a lie, and he starts questioning what his life is really like, and that's kind of it. And this book comes out in April. Again, don't know much about it, but it does sound really interesting, and I'm trying to dive more into my science fiction reads. Another book that is on this thing is Look, Just Because You Don't See Me. Just Because You See Me Doesn't Mean You Know Me by Zan Romanoff. And things, Lulu Shapiro's 10,000 Plus. Don't know about her. That a video of her of the other girl wasn't supposed to go published. That Owen definitely wasn't supposed to break up with her for it. That beyond the carefully crafted selfies and scenes Lulu projects onto people, her life is a terrible, uncertain mess. And this kind of deals with the dark sides of social media. We look at a story about when present versus who you really are, about real intimacy, manufactured intimacy, and blurring the line. It's a deceptively glamorous, feminist, emotionally compelling, queer, self-coming of age novel about falling in love, taking ownership of your own self, and the age of social media. And this comes out in March. So that sounds really interesting as well. This is another book that came from Harper, which is called Glitz. To Save the Future, We Have to Protect the Past. This is from Laura Martin. This comes out in June. From Float, there comes a new whirlwind adventure about a pair of kids who must break all the rules of time adventure. I love time travel, so this one sounds right up my valley, and this comes out in June, and it is from Harper. Another book that came from Harper Teen was called The Fascinators by Andrew Eliphas, and maybe we're all under someone else's spell. This comes out in May. Magic brought them together. Will it also tear them apart? Perfect for fans of Magic, Seavide, and Rainbow Roll. And this is about a group of kids that magic finds their way into their lives. This is another convention-themed novel. It's called Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. This is from Source Books, comes out in June. When two big-name fans go head-to-head at a competition, love isn't the only thing at stake. And this is an LGBTQ convention-themed novel that I really hope that I like. And the last two pure contemporary books in this pile is The Lucky Ones by Liz Lawson. And this is the aftermath of a school shooting where her twin brother is killed. This is from Underline. It comes out in April. I love twin stories. School shooting ones are a little bit hard to read, but I am intrigued to read it. And then Above All Else by Dana Allison Levy. This is a book, I think I already talked about this in one of my hauls, but this is a book about about trying to climb Mount Everest. I think I definitely remember talking about that one. So those are all the pure contemporary books that I'm going to chat about. Now I'm going to go get the other books, which are a mix of middle grade and fantasy. These pile are all middle grade. I don't know much about them, so I'm just going to kind of run through them a little bit quick. If they do have taglines, I will share them. We Could Be Heroes is a book by Margaret Finnegan from Abrams. And this is, I don't even think it says anything, but I think it's about a couple of kids that wind up going on an adventure. And that's all that I know. This book does come out in February, but it's high on my list because it is so short. And there is a dog involved, and I love books about dogs. Another book that came from Scholastic was Asa and the Spirit Bird. And I don't know much about this. I know that it is a contemporary novel, which is with diversity. This is The Premeditated Myrtle. This is from Abrams. It comes out in May. And this is a Martel Hardcastle mystery, a girl with a passion for justice and a highly conventional obsession with criminal science. And this comes out in May. This is the one that I actually met the author for. Dream Bravely. But this is another one that I'm really excited for. It comes out in April, and it's called Beyond the Bright Sea meets Echo, in the story of a young girl who must break a magical bargain before an enchanted wolf steals her sister away. And this one is The Road to Rio Luna. This is actually by Zoraida Cordova. This comes out June 2nd. Magic is waiting. All you have to do is believe. And I know that this follows two kids, and they want to find the enchanted land in their favorite book of fairy tales. This one is another one that I heard a lot about. It's called A Field Guide to Getting Lost. This is from Atheneum, which I think is Simon & Schuster. Now that their parents are dating, Sutton and Lewis have to find some common ground. And I think it's about these two kids who wind up getting lost together, but they wind up having to deal with the other because their parents are dating. And they actually wind up going on a mini adventure to deal with their issues. Another one that I wanted picking up was The Middler, Never Go Beyond the Boundary by Christy Appleton. Outside the border of Maggie's town, the quiet war rages and the dirty dangerous wanders to Rome. This is a Henry Holt book. This is a debut novel that crafts a gripping story of forbidden friendship, loyalty, and betrayal that's perfect for fans of Pax, Orphan Island, and Beyond the Bright Sea. And this comes out in April. Another one that I wanted picking up from Source Books was The Hollow Dolls. Will she find the darkness before it finds her? Set in the same fantasy world as the Shadow Weaver duology, this series starts a tale of secrets, power magic, and a long path home. That sounds interesting. Another one that I wanted picking up was Something to Say by Lisa Morris-Rand, author of A Good Kind of Trouble, a story about finding your voice and finding your people, from the acclaimed author of Good Kind of Trouble, and this is from Harper, and it comes out in July. Another one that I wanted picking up was 8 Princesses and a Magic Mirror by Natasha Fairley and Lydia Cordley. This one is really interesting because it's all colored, and you never get a colored art. This is from Norton Readers. It comes out in May, and I'm definitely going to add this to my TBR because I am loving these illustrations. This one is one that I really was intrigued by, and it's called The Mouse Watch, Tiny Hero's Big Adventure. Comes out in May. It says, around the globe, exceptional mice live in the shadows. Under the direction of famed mouse inventor Gadget Henricks, they work together as a team to solve big problems using small gadgets. They are highly trained, they are invisible, and they love cheese. Their mission, save the world. You've heard of the Rescue Rangers. Now meet Mouse Watch. Mission Impossible meets Mice in Black as an action-packed middle-grade adventure that will take readers on an epic thrill ride and leave them ready to join the watch. And this comes out in May, and that sounds so cute. We're also going into middle grade March, and I might actually add a bunch of middle grade to my TBR. So I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about that. But this is The Way Past Winter by Karen Millen Hargrove, and this was from chronicle books, and I don't know much about this book, but I know it's Will Enter Never Cease. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Winds of Winter series by Game of Thrones. This one is one that I picked up, and I know that this book is already out, but the one and only Ivan. This is a complimentary teacher's edition, but they are coming out with the sequel soon, and I just figured I would pick it up. It's been a book that's always been on my list to read. I also want to picking up the Book of Fatal Errors by Danica Slater. Without mistakes, there would be no stories. This book comes out in July, and this is from, I think it's from Macmillan. I could be wrong, but I think it's from Macmillan. And this is another Disney one. It's called The Midnight Hour. Another World Lives Within the Stroke of Midnight, and this comes out in March. There's a lot of books coming out March 3rd. If you haven't noticed, a lot of books are coming out March 3rd. So I'm going to show you guys my last 2 stacks of books. Bye, guys. This is the last bunch of books that I'm going to talk about in this video, and then I'm going to end it. I do have a book called Dear Universe. Comes out in May. It's a wild, witty, deeply profound chronicle of teenage anxiety and yearning, perfect appearance of Jesse Andrews and Robin Schneider. Another one I have from Tortine is Every Reason We Shouldn't by Sarah Famiglia. Contains expectations, delightful banter, great romantic tension, skating all kinds, Korean pastries, and all the feels. This is another one that has to deal with the Olympics, and it comes out in March. Goodbye from Nowhere is by Sarah Zarr, an intimate, exquisitely crafted novel of the courage it takes to see those we love for who they are. And this is the one that styles a boy, actually. And I don't ever get a lot of boy-led contemporary, so I'm hopeful that I like it. And this comes out in April. Running is a one about how do you find your voice when the whole world is watching? And this is about a young girl whose dad is running for president. And she kind of has to find her own voice when she's running for it. And this is an HMH book, and it comes out in May. This one is called My Eyes Are Up Here by Laura Zimmerman. Comes out in June. An honest and hilarious portrait of a girl who just wants to be seen for all she is. I think this has, plus size representation, which I really like to read books about that. But it does deal with body positivity and body issues. Another one that I wanted picking up was Stay Gold, the lead role by Tolby Smith. A funny, poignant, hopeful YA novel about finding yourselves and finding love and finding yourselves. This one is, I feel like this is like not an LGBTQ story, but I could be wrong. I don't know much about this, but it does come out in May, so I'm definitely going to add that to my list. And this is what I like about you. This is set in a beauty pageant. This is from Peachtree Atlantia, but it definitely has to do with a beauty pageant. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. Love Jokera is from Alex Flynn. She is the best-selling author of Beastly, and this is maybe her contemporary debut. And it does come out in July, and it's from Harper Teen. Accidentally by Alex Richards. This is a timely, emotional, realistic story about a girl dealing with the aftermath of a tragic shooting. Is a must-read from an exciting new YA talent. This is from Bloomsbury, and it comes out in July. And this is another one. It's called Rules for Being a Girl by Candace Bushnell and Katie Cotugno. This comes out in March, I think. But it does deal with, like, the rules that girls have to follow and society's expectations of them, which is not always easy for girls. And then this is called The Stepping Off Place by Cameron Kelly Rosebloom. This comes out in July. For fans of All the Right Races and We Are Liars comes a stunning write about Cameron. Yeah, and I think this might be like a thriller, but this is her first novel. It comes out in July. This is the one I was really excited for. It's called Keeping My Heart in San Francisco by Amelia Dane Coombs. This comes out in June. I don't know anything about this, but I feel like it has to do with bowling. Comes out in June. And this is it's called The Burning by Laura Bates. This was a Sourcefire book. And I think this is more of a thriller, I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, guys, those are all the books that I wound up getting from ALA Midwinter. Guys, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But I'm really excited for it. I had so much fun time going. I really hope that I get to go in the next couple of years. Let me know in the comments what are some books that you are really excited for that are coming out between now and June, because those are where all my arcs kind of fell in. And I'll talk to you guys later for another video. Bye, guys.